to announce that the Justice Department has secured felony guilty pleas from the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance.
Actually, it's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Largest virtual.
Binance.
Binance. And let me be clear. It's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Council has discussed crypto regulations and legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1,300,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, because we have to talk about the altcoin market, right? The altcoin market, will it come back? Is there a sign that it could come back? And I think the answer is yes. And besides that, a couple of, let's say, bullish news, weird news are happening at the same time in crypto. And we are going to look at that as well in this very quick live stream. So make sure to stay all the way through. So good morning to each and every one of you. How are you doing? Make sure to smash up the like button first thing when you're coming in to the live stream here, and be sure to be subscribed, notifications on. And wow, we have, Waros King, good morning to you. Yo PH, what's going on? I want to thank each and every one of you, the rare hodlers, people that are subscribed, for supporting me here on this journey. I hope you can hear me well, because the chat is broken, so I cannot see who is here or who is in the chat or in the stream at the moment. So flying blind here, but nonetheless, let's get just started with this. And by the way, guys, this is a quicker live stream today, because I have to go early, so we are going to really run down what is happening at the moment. But maybe you enjoy this as well, have it a little bit more compressed, a little bit more quick, and yeah, then we'll see what's going on. But so we're here at Bitcoin, sitting right in the middle. I think boredom is now coming back to the market after we are ranging instead of pumping, as we should be right now in February. We're still not pumping. You could argue that we are just forming another flag, another range, just like here, gearing up for the next move, right? But there are things in crypto that definitely could move the needle for that, and that is, first of all, MicroStrategy has rebranded to the Bitcoin strategy, or strategy square Bitcoin. Someone posted on this, I hope it's not going to turn into tragedy, which is a little bit funny as well. But I think the move overall is to get rid of the micro and to somehow place themselves ready for the Nasdaq. I think the ticker is going to be STRK. I don't know why, because there's no K in that, but probably they want to play with the Stark thing or so. Anyways, this seems, or is the placement to become recognized as the Bitcoin financial instrument, or the Bitcoin strategy. Something like securities emitter towards the countries that have not passed legislation, like Norway, for example, buying MicroStrategy stock, or now strategy stock. So that is basically, they are becoming complete financial Bitcoin instrument with this rebranding, right? So that is definitely happening. And then also we have a little bit more outlined prediction here on how the Bitcoin target, according to ARK Invest, could happen on a bearish adoption case, mid adoption case, and a bull case. And you see also the compound annual growth rate here that would be more or less relevant. So you have 21% CAGR in the bear case, which would be similar or even underperforming if you just buy an ETF on Nasdaq. Then 40% CAGR, which is the current growth rate. So this would go to a $710,000 target until 2030, which is less than 5 years out, by the way. So that would be around 40%, and then you have a 1.5 million target with close to 60% compound annual growth rate, and obviously that would be insane, right? 1.5 million, and we would still have probably one bear market to accumulate for that. So obviously the goal would be to own one full Bitcoin until then, right? And using altcoins and everything else to get there, if altcoins play out one more time as they should be. But we see here they are estimating certain institutional investment and also the adoption as digital gold, as well as here in red, emerging market safe haven. So like Argentina did, like other countries did when their currency spiraled out of control. Like El Salvador does with the full adoption, like nation state treasury, that would be that, this very small teal one. And actually you could argue that the bearish case then basically is irrelevant already, because we already see that like institutional investment percentage wise, right, should be way higher than that. Also, emerging market safe haven is almost non-existent here. I think we see already that this is happening. And then Bitcoin on-chain financial services, we have the new SEC, we have banks pushing for being able to offer Bitcoin. It's only a matter of time until there are certain on-chain services, right? So the question is, could these pieces be bigger and even shifted towards like for example corporate treasury and so on, bigger, and push this higher? I think for sure that could be. Let's see. But obviously also if halvings are still playing out, and I mean halvings by global liquidity cycles, then we have to see that the growth, probably if we're hitting 200k this cycle, and we are calculating with a 50% drawdown in the bear market, we are at least coming back to 100k, right? Potentially coming back to even sub 100,000 after this bull market, depending on how high we go, right? If we are calculating the typical 70 to 80% drawdown, well, you have to go even way higher to be bottoming at 100k, right? But I think, yeah, maybe that's also worth something to view, because usually bear markets tend to come back, or bear market lows tend to come back towards the previous high, which would be, for example, here, this is our last reference of a bear market, right? Bitcoin bottom 2022. It's already some time ago, right? Which came back to sub this level, right? You see that this is 15k, here the high was 20k. So if that would be the case, then wherever we go, we would come back. Let's say we go up here, we would come back all the way and bottom here at whatever, like 60k or so, right? Coming back slightly below that 69,000 mark, right? So something like that, right? This would be 150k, and then from 150k a drawdown to what would it be, to the all-time high would be a 56% drawdown. This would be a very shallow bear market, or even a little bit under at 60%. I think that's realistic, to be honest, if we would perform like that. Obviously, if you go higher, then the price target may not be that low, or the percentage higher. Last bull to bear was 77%. So if you say, okay, pumps are not as hard, but bottoms are also not as hard because of institutional adoption and continuous buying, you could still argue that definitely the 60% down here towards back to 65K or something like that, 55% drawdown is realistic, right? So we still have a chance here. That what I'm going to say is not something bearish. First of all, it means on this way up, we have to take our profits to be able to then buy down here, right? That is definitely something. Now, Eric Trump also, here Trump guys coming out, Trump family has a lot of Trumps. Eric Trump says, feels like a great time to enter Bitcoin. He also said positive things about Ethereum before. From his official account, it's funny because they're shilling Bitcoin. The question is, our current price action, is it price suppression? Because some people are talking about heavy, wild manipulation in the market, and that could be definitely the case, right? So that could be the case. Also, and this is probably bullish, is Trump wants to lower interest rates, says the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. This, I don't have the news here, but also the panel is starting here for Cynthia Loomis. What I am interested in is the CIM. What is that? It's not It's not the CIMC. What was it? The federal. What was the ticker for the watch tool? Fed watch tool. CME Fed watch tool. That was not CIM. CME Fed watch tool. So we have a lot of time until the next cutting possibility, because that's only 19th of March, and the market is still factoring in only 16% chance of a new rate cut, right? So it's really high still, 400 basis points would still be really high, but it means the US has to spend another 41 days on the current rate without being able to cut, and then the market is expecting a higher chance for cuts in May and then June. But I think this could be shifted since so long out. This could still be shifting exactly on the back of such news, and obviously the inflation rate coming in is also a big driver, right? Let's talk about the altcoins, which is the title of this live stream, and I want this to be very clear that this, in my opinion, this does not look like the end of the bull run for anything. Like, I think there's more in it for Bitcoin. There is more in it for altcoins. I think hodling was always difficult, especially in these times, because you never know if you already missed your chance to take the big profits, or if you would take them way too early, right? So that is something to consider. Okay, so let's check this out here. You guys remember that I said gold is front running what Bitcoin is potentially going to do in the near future, right? And I still believe that this is the case. I think we might be here in this. Maybe there's a little bit more downside, a little bit more pain before we go. Hey, fun under the sun, how are you doing? And then we should skyrocket for Bitcoin. And maybe Bitcoin will drag the altcoin market with it. There is a total two. So what I wanted to show you in this stream is this. We had looked at the altcoins losing support, but as I said before, we still have 22 days here, and we are already back above support for the total to all altcoin market cap. We're already back above support. This dip got bought out completely, right? We had dropped for the altcoins 40%, which is a normal bear market drawdown, I would say. We also had a 43% here, so this is the second pullback. But this monthly candle here, it looks very good, to be honest, right? We hadn't broken, so we got rejected at all-time highs. We came back to retest, question mark, right? Could we lose this level? Yes, of course, 22 days left, right? We have to observe. But right now it looks good, and this can even turn into a green candle still, right? And be a challenging candle, long stick, hammerhead, something like that, at all-time high, and then in March break through. With 22 days is a lot of days to turn things around, right? So overall, I mean, no one can tell me that this is not a bullish setup for altcoins, right? Where everyone is bearish, I want to be bullish now. You have this cup and handle, you break out, you come back, retest, question mark, right? This is something, obviously we have to stay patient to see this, but yeah, that is the setup that I am seeing. And what once has been seen cannot be unseen, right? So my best guess would be we close somewhere at these levels on this month. We are ranging probably for the rest of the month here on Bitcoin, maybe not, who knows, right? And then we fly, right? So then we go up, and that is in line. That is in line with the Bitcoin cycle comparison, right? That is in line that we fly then for the next, if we would fly in a couple of days, then we would fly for the next 100 days or so. Well, that would be in line. At least, I would say at least March and April. And then somewhere there might be the sell in May go away starting, right? Or maybe not, right? There are cycles and months where this just didn't really happen. So for example here, you see March, April. Yeah, okay, that would be realistic, right? In the pink line, which is the 2017 bull market, that was June already when this topped out and came back, right? So there was a sell in May, go away, a small dip, but it rallied until June for a first big fat pullback, yeah, or a second one actually, or a third one here, 1, 2, and third one. So the second one is where we also have our pullback in range. We're now a little bit decoupled to the downside. As Luca pointed out yesterday in the comments, rightfully so, if we're expecting shallow pullbacks, we also should expect that the rallies are not as heavy and there is more reasonable price action. That could be the case, but I prefer to wait and see how this turns out. If we would rally, we definitely, I think, rally all the way up here into this territory, which would then already be this would be the 200,000 plus. If we only rally here to this crossing point, this would be close to 300K. So we shouldn't be surprised if this one underperforms here and ends up below 200K. It would still be a massive rally for everything, right? So, yeah. Andrew says, would be nice to fly shortly, but resigning to be able to handle that we go sideways for another month or more until we see some significant progress in crypto regulation in the US, but we'll see. I think it doesn't come down to crypto regulation only, it comes also down to rate cuts and global liquidity injection into the markets. And the question is, when will that happen? How will that happen? Definitely right now we're cooling off indicators, so we would technically be ready to fly, I think, for Bitcoin. looking at the 1 month chart and getting rid of this line for Bitcoin, we are seeing, in my opinion, the potential to range a little bit more here for the RSI to bounce. We still don't see, for the stochastic RSI, we still don't see if this cross turns out or not. We should rally this month a little bit at least to have a little bit more bullish momentum, but also it could turn out like here. So it's just something to keep in mind that we need to observe. The TSI says we have more room, and on this trajectory we're likely to top out in May at the moment, as we're flattened a little bit more. Obviously that is just a momentum guess. The moment that we flatten out more, you could easily come into December, right? So if we go just flat line sideways here on the TSI, it would be December suddenly, right? So also the TSI is something to observe month to month on this monthly chart, right? Definitely no one can say that the bull market has just started looking at this. I mean, that's a clean, what is that, 6x or so here from the bottom to this. Yeah, that's 511% to where we are right now. No one can say that Bitcoin did not perform. Bitcoin did perform better than many altcoins until now. Obviously, that's normal in a Bitcoin season, right? But no one can say the bull market has just started. Everyone who is mad at me saying this needs to check their emotions, because we are in, I would say, well, at least in the third wave of this push towards maybe 135, maybe 150,000. But you see that after such a wild push, there's usually deep pullbacks, and we can be very happy with these small pullbacks here. And if we get another leg, probably we will, but if we get another leg up here in this area, there's definitely something to consider the likelihood of a top. And no one wants to see this or hear this, I bet, but I think it's very important, and I take the risk and the chances to not be the most hyped channel and to talk honestly about this, right? But let's talk more about altcoins and refresh this others chart here, others dominance chart, which turned into Pengu. We can look at Pengu in a second, but I wanted to have the others dominance once more back. Yeah. So we are recovering, but we're still not there. This chart, in my opinion, has to actually, is that even, okay, so either we either we have this bottom line on the wicks, yeah, or, I mean, it's a more or less here, right? Because yeah, we had this bounce here as the last reference and this bounce here as a reference, right? But I would say in general, you want to close in here, or you want to, in the next month, pump back into that for the others chart, for the others to not lose this support, right? So we are going to observe this closely. Fact of the matter is that on every touch point we wicked out of this, right? On every touch point we wicked out of this. So yeah, we want to close within this chart pattern, and even if we would drop out, we would want to fake into it again, right? We definitely don't want to be outside of that, because it becomes very ugly for all the altcoins that are outside of the top 10. And so you have seen the total 2 is very bullish, but the others not yet. So people, the market did not buy back into others. The moment that we bounce and can mark another bubble here, I think it's fly time for the small altcoins, right? So we want to see something like this, where we come back to the upper band, and that is then for the small altcoins, the target picture for me at least, to say, okay, you come up here for the others. That's the take profit signal for the others, right? In my opinion, at least, together with other factors. But I think it's very, very important. Let's look at the altcoins, how they're doing today. Today is a green day for the altcoins, except for Pengu, who's leading the charge with minus 11%, but also Floki is down 5%, Sui is down a little bit, Casper's down 6.9%. Hex, why? I don't understand why. Trump coin is up 7.7%. Guys, yes, we're a little bit slower today. Make sure to smash up the like button here. We did start a little bit late. That's why half the people didn't get it. But no problem. We're still coming with the content here. So overall, markets are a bit mixed, but you also see the tendency here to everything's a little bit red except the top 100. So definitely these coins get a little bit more attention. eHex is pumping. You see it here where Fartcoin is dumping 20%, as well as PTGC, whatever that is, but that alien head tells me that's a weird coin. 287 million market cap. What is that? The Grace currency? What the heck is that? 1,800% on the year. I don't even know this coin, but let's see. This is the problem with so many coins. You can't really know the coins anymore. Is there any like info on what they do? Let's check this out. Where is the website? Oh, that's on Pulse Chain. The Grace ecosystem. The Grace ecosystem. Okay. A forever growing ecosystem built using the first principles of crypto. Where can I scroll? I can't scroll. Okay. That sucks. Oh, there's a website still for that. Okay. TGC Pulse Chain. That's the same. Like they literally, no, it's not the same. Wow. Okay. So you don't watch this at night. It's scary. There's some alien language up here. Okay, it's a game. It's a DAO staking home. What is that? The Grace currency is the answer to a severe problem. Why can the corrupt leaders profit off of our taxes paid for every dollar? Okay, so is this like a privacy coin or something like that? Or something like, I don't know. What if for every dollar you spent, the taxes paid on that money went back to the community while stabilizing? So basically they want to operate outside of the government. That's pretty wild, right? That's pretty wild. Okay, got it. I got it. There's something like Alien Monero or something like that. I don't know. Only with tax evasion, probably. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Not recommended. Not recommended. Could end badly. See Tornado Cash and stuff like that. Okay, so what else is pumping? Let's see. Not much. Audios has a green day. I don't know that project, if they're still building. I have no idea. I have some audio. I hope it comes back. We still see that the top 300 or so are full of meme coins, and I think that will, I don't know if it will change completely, but some of these will just dump and go forever away. I think if your meme coin goes into top 100, definitely some profits need to be taken. By the way, Melania coin is is in the top 300 still. Let's see. So this is Melania coin. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this, I mean, if she does something wild, probably this is going to pump. But yeah, and also did they call this Melania? No, they didn't call it Melania AI. I thought this would be wild. Thai, Crypto Cash says loaded up on more Thai. Last chance. Is that it? Thai USDT. Is that TARS protocol? TARS AI. That's it, right? Just having fun here a little bit with one or two altcoins. Yeah, same thing as total market cap. Basically, here you come back, support, and then fly off. And obviously the shakeout happened here for this coin, where everyone was like, oh my god, it's going to go back where I was, and then whoop, bought back. It looks pretty strong. I mean, I could have used a proper tool here to just say, let's put this into weekly to see more wicks and bodies, because it already has some story. So it's probably we are talking about this. Yeah. Okay, you want to recover above this? I'd say, let's see, but still, I think that it's trying to retest here somehow. Mcade flip bearish, doesn't have to say much because there's not much history, but yeah, I mean, let's check out Mcade, by the way. I'm curious about this one. Yeah, Mcade did lose the support up here big time and then crashed, but that doesn't mean that Mcade cannot do well. On the contrary, it's still possible. It's just kind of not a W pattern here. It didn't play out. Unless, which I showed you, increase the time frame, but still, here you see it, like it faked out, right? It didn't come, you see here, on the monthly, it didn't break it, so no monthly, it's a fake out on a monthly basis for Mcade. Hopefully, this will then play out, right? But for that, we need to pump back. So that's for Mcade. What's a Seth boy doing here? I don't know. What's a Seth boy? Did I miss anything? Where is the thumbs down? Low cautious JD. I don't know. Is it gone? Do you want to give me a thumbs down? The rest, please smash the thumbs up. Thumbs down you can also press. I tell you a secret. Like usually it should be on the side of the thumbs up. I think it should be there. I tell you a secret. If you press the thumbs down, the YouTube algorithm will rate it the same as thumbs up. They just count it as engagement. But feel free to press thumbs down. Yeah, so I think the altcoins will have a recovery here fairly soon, more recovery. For today, I said it will be a little bit less of it will be a very quick rundown of things that happen. Let's do some housekeeping here. So tomorrow there will not be a Crypto Morning Coffee live stream as I am going to a funeral. Crypto Cash is a Crypto Seth group member. Oh, okay. Got it. And So no live stream tomorrow. Stay tuned for potential videos, but I don't know. I have to travel across the country to get to that funeral. So no live stream, but make sure to smash the thumbs up or the thumbs down, but smash one of the like buttons. Also subscribe to the channel, notifications on, if you don't want to miss out of videos and live streams. And wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. And I catch you in the next live stream on potentially Monday morning. There will be a lot of traveling for me in the next couple of weeks. So we'll mix it up a little bit with videos and live streams. But yeah, have a good one, everyone. And